Welcome everyone, Simon here from the Wells of Wall Street. We have a quick update video here on MultiVac MTV. Guys, just a quick one before we go into the full chart aspect. So this is a quick announcement from MultiVac and Crypto.com. So MultiVac has now integrated its RSS feed into Crypto.com's platform. So this is really good from like the awareness perspective, in my opinion. Of course, MTV is new to us. We're not going to be around the bush there. We found out about MTV a few months back through Cheeky Crypto, actually. Great channel. Didn't act upon it really because one, I didn't know enough about it personally, and two, had too many things in the portfolio. So myself and Steve have just recently added this to the portfolio. I think around the sort of 1.5 cent mark. I still think we're going to see some fantastic gains on this project for sure this year, as well as the future, of course. But I think they've done themselves no harm in this kind of little integration of actual news and price news within the Crypto.com platform. It's absolutely massive in itself, of course, but it's great awareness. And hopefully more people will come into the MultiVac space as well. Of course, there's great ambassadors out there on social media and things like that, and just generally the project itself is absolutely phenomenal. Go and check our intro video if you've not done so already, and we'll leave a link to that at the end of this video. But for now, guys, let's look at where we are with the chart on MTV. So we are floating around this 2 cent mark, trying to find this as a support mechanism for us to push us up higher. So in general, the movement of MTV has been absolutely phenomenal this year. Of course, it would have been fantastic to have got in at lower regions when sort of Cheeky Crypto were talking about them. I don't even think it was 1 cent at that time. So like I said, we got in around 1.5 cents about a month or so ago now. I can't believe how quick time is flying. And we've seen some fantastic moves. I think that's just a mixture of awareness, the roadmap integration of MTV continuing its fantastic moves there. More recently, of course, and it's quite interesting actually. I'm just wondering if this big spike up here, of course, is just general momentum, I'm sure. But I'm just wondering if some of this throughout the rest of the end of October was something to do with the potential smart contract offering in this month. Now, there's no definitive date. MTV had just pretty much stated that come November, in November sometime, smart contracts will be launched and activated, if you like, on the MultiVac platform. So that's going to take MultiVac to another level completely. It's going to help with integration with other institutional levels and other businesses. So it's really top notch aspect of the roadmap. And I'm just wondering if there was perhaps, when the rumours sort of originally came out, whether that was a bit of an intake of that. We've had a bit of profit taking. We're now finding some stability here. And what I love about this, and don't get me wrong, there's still obviously potential opportunity for us to come down a bit further. We'll go into the RSI and stuff in a second. But what I really like about this chart right now is this stability. I mean, look at that. I mean, yes, of course, we've had the dip downs, the wick downs, and some wick ups as well. But generally speaking, this is really solid. I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing here. If we just pull this out a second. So, of course, we mentioned in a previous video, I mean, you could argue that around this sort of level here that we saw on the 13th of April, I'm just going to draw that in there just quickly so you know what I'm talking about across the line here. That's one of the reasons why we drew our buy box down here. And actually, we hit this a couple of days ago. If you remember, we put this box in as a potential opportunity to grab some. I did manage to bag some more MTV, you'll be pleased to know, literally 2 or 3 days ago. I think it was this day in particular. I think I had mine just at 192 or something, 0.0192. So that's where I had mine. Like I said, I'm not fully confident yet that we're going to start spiking up just yet. I think we're just still finalising that emphasis of, are we ready to go up? Have we got enough support here at this level? And I think MultiVac, to be fair, was obviously massively undervalued in comparison to what it's capable of doing. And certainly in the future, like maybe 4 or 5 years time, absolutely. And even in the short term, I think, it's still there. And I think the awareness will definitely keep picking this up, and it will definitely take us to really good heights in the near future for sure. So we're just drawing this orange line. I'll get rid of it in a second, but I just wanted to reiterate that this could be a really interesting point, mechanism point of some potential support or resistance areas in the near future. It's very much really just about floating around that level. It could bounce potentially back down to this slightly under the 2 cent mark. It's not massive. It's about 1.8, so it's not actually too far from where I purchased some more couple of days ago. So it's literally, we're talking about like 0.001 of a cent or something stupid. So just keep that in mind. But what I'm liking here as well is this on the RSI. I'm just going to pull this up. So on the MACD here, we've had a bit of the gap widening here on the crossover on the 1st November, which started to indicate us going into a bit of a bearish mode on MTV. And what I thought was actually happening here was a more of a widening, but actually it feels like we're trying to pull this back sooner rather than later, which is really good to see and is really positive. I'll be interested to see in the next 24-48 hours what entails in terms of the volume aspect. So here on the histogram, we had this beautiful wave and sort of phasing out, but this hasn't really gained any structure in the selling mechanism. And I think that's really, really important to note, because that's showing confidence. It's also showing that there's obviously clearly a lot of volume in there. You've got to anticipate as well, the staking aspect, of course. So there's a multitude of people who've gotten early, who've taken advantage of a multitude of APRs available. I think it's like well over 20%. I think right now it's floating around 5% or so it's still really good. I think you have to use up 500 MTV or something to stake, but just keep that in mind. But of course, there's that aspect of people holding. And there's also the aspect of people getting more and more aware of this project. And especially as that smart contract development occurs in November, I think we're going to see some really good activity through the coming weeks. So the RSI right now is floating around 54. We've had the sort of spike down, in my opinion. I would like to have seen that come down to maybe like 45-ish, but it hasn't done so. And like I said, it's just showing the confidence and the support mechanism behind this, the belief in it. The volumes are still coming in nice and steady each day. So irrespective of whether it's undersold or oversold, the volumes are kicking in still. So plenty of movement to go. Our price prediction for MTV for this bull run coming over the next couple of months or so is 27 cents. Now, a lot of people are saying, can it get to $1? That is obviously possible. Let us know in the comments below what you think MTV will get to in this upcoming bull run, or at least till the end of the year as well. Maybe that's undervaluing it, but I still think like to 27 cents, it's probably a good, 700-800% maybe from this point onwards, something like that, if my maths is relatively okay. But I think like going to $1 is quite a substantial amount to be getting hold of, and I think MTV is very early in its project. I don't disagree with that happening certainly in the future, maybe in a few years time. Absolutely could see that happening, but I think realistically, I'm pretty happy. I'd be amazingly happy if it gets to 27 cents, to be honest, from the prices of 1.5 cents that I've been getting them at. And for you guys out there that have been buying it at even lower prices, will obviously be extremely happy as well. But I'm sure maybe the smart contracts will launch and other developments will occur in this period of time that might take it way beyond 27 cents. But for now, just from a realistic perspective, I do think that is achievable. But let us know what you think in the comments below. That's what I'm going with, just based on sort of data from historic data of MTV's movements, and just general activity around its roadmap, and also the organic growth and the FOMOing in aspect as well. So that's kind of how I've concluded that number. So yeah, let's see how that pans out. Performance wise, guys, 7.5% up on the week. 9,306% up year to date. Absolutely incredible, and congratulations, as I said in previous videos, to those that were investing early in this project. I'm not angry that I didn't get in a few months back. I feel like I've got into a very good price position anyway. But yeah, I do think that this is absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, go and check out our intro video and others as well, not just ours. Get as much information as possible if you're interested to maybe start accumulating MTV. It's always worth doing your own research first, for sure. And keep an eye out for the bounce downs as well. Like I said, I'm not sure if we're entirely finished with this yet. We may come back down and test these areas again. before we start tailing this up, and that's healthy. That just builds strength in the project, and it kind of keeps us in line really with this kind of like trend aspect here that we're trying to develop. So if you take this kind of point around here around the 30th of July and kind of draw that aspect of going across this way, it's very much in line with it. And I think actually literally probably the next few days, if not next week in general, will be a defining moment to suggest that we're ready to push this up to new heights. And I think just in general, of course, hitting the previous all-time high recently, I think we can absolutely smash that sooner rather than later. So yeah, guys, I think that's very much about it for MTV right now today. I just thought I'd give a few more updates on this, and let's see how it goes. But I think the important thing is for the next couple of days is to structure ourselves across this 2 cent mark. Of course, we might get some wick downs and ups, but the real important thing is the closing over this area, which we have done. I mean, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, actually, to be fair, those were a bit lower. So it's very much literally bang on this 2 cent mark, and all of them have done, irrespective of the wick down. So let's keep that momentum going. And I'm sure once smart contracts launch in November, whenever that is, we will be seeing a new all-time high. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next MTV update video. Bye-bye.